Me did Yanyante Chua, and maybe I'm discovered for you, Pakuma Busia for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. Tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, eye convenient, eye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne, also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free. Nefesi kakomu Busia for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
That's what I want to do. As part of our discussions this evening, my producers are telling me we should turn our attention to Tamale. And I am saying Tamale, Kaula, once again. I want Tamale to hear me out. Thank you, Roland. Now, this is what I want to do. I have seen comments from some industry people on social media after Fancy Gadam's concert. And one of them came from Socrates Safo. And let me be specific to read exactly what man like Socrates put out there before we move into the discussion proper. Now, Socrates wrote on Facebook some hours ago. He says, how many artists in Accra can attract these human beings to a 30 Ghana and 50 Ghana cedis concert? Respect where respect is due. Fancy Gadam is the name. They call him the ruler. It is a 10th anniversary concert at the Tamale Sports Stadium. Other posts, or better still similar posts from Socrates and his likes, are saying that Fancy Gadam has failed the Tamale Sports Stadium. Meanwhile, other people are also of the opinion that what we saw shouldn't come with a headline like fail or Fancy Gadam fails. They think no. The stadium was not failed. It was just a part of it. So we should change our language in saying Fancy Gadam fails Tamale Stadium. I'm going to take my time. My producers have compiled some videos for you. We're going to watch the action, everything in there. Then when I come back, I'll be asking my people, asking my panel members and you, of course, because you are watching, you are part of my panel members outside of the studio. I want to also hear from you. That's why I call you my panel member. I want to hear from them whether the argument that Fancy Gadam failed the stadium should hold, or we should change the narrative and say that he was able to play a part of the stadium. Let me take you to Tamale. And first, let me also say congratulations to Fancy Gadam. He is one guy that I've been proud of ever since I discovered his exploits in Tamale. I've had good relationship with him. He's been a friend, and we've been vibing. So when he achieves like this, I feel so happy. Because anytime I meet him, I'll pat him at the back and say, yeah, keep doing it and keep going hard. Let's go to Tamale, watch some actions from there. When I come back, we open up the conversation. Remember that I'll also be activating the phone lines. And Ghana Bekasa, like we've been doing every evening, a beer with the Ghana phone, I can show base. Pekra or Bepebi. Let's watch it. I'll be back.
One,
And that was the ruler, aka Fancy Gadam. My producer, Facebook Jata, has gotten Fancy Gadam on the line. Last week, we wanted to talk to him about something. We did not get him back. Today, we are so fortunate to have gotten him. Fancy, good evening. If you can hear me, this is CTV Class Showbiz.
Yeah, good evening, my boss. I can hear you clear, loud and clear.
Yeah, yeah, Fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy!
Yeah.
Charlie, congratulations, man!
Thank you.
10 years running in Tamale. How was the feeling last Saturday doing it again and again and again?
The feeling was different because one was anniversary. Celebrating my successful journey. And it simply means that I can still take it to the next 10 years. Because the love was too much. And to an extent, I was thinking because of the country is hot, everybody is hot, I wouldn't have gotten that number.
Oh, okay.
But you know, 50 city, all the fans came out to pay the money and enter the show. Charlie, God bless all my fans.
Wow, wow. So initially you were scared that the way the country is hot, people would not come, right?
Yeah, because of the finance.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The system make hot.
But all these things, they came out to support me. So I just want to say big thank you to all my fans who came and showed me that love.
So, what would be the estimated number of fans who came up for the show? How many people would you say, an estimated number, would you say came for the concert?
Yeah, because I would just say 16,000 people came.
15,000 people came?
Yeah.
Wow. And the Tamale Stadium does 20,000?
Yeah, it is 20,000.
Wow. And you were able to put together 15,000 people?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Once again, congrats. Now, a conversation is happening here in Accra, especially social media and people who follow the platform. According to them, we should not say Fancy Gadam failed the Tamale Sports Stadium because to them, what they saw was not a failed stadium. It was a part of the stadium that was crowded. As the guy who did it, who is at the war front, what do you say to such people?
Oh, it's normal. That cannot feel veranda in the house.
I didn't get that. Say it again.
I am saying if somebody is saying that, if I'm telling you, I've been able to know through the Tamale Sports Stadium, you are telling me this is not a show. Maybe you can feel veranda in your house.
Okay. The person cannot feel even the veranda in front of his room.
That is it. There's something that they need to understand. This was not a show.
Hello, Fancy.
Yes, I'm with you.
And your line keeps going on and off, please.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, I think it's good now.
Yeah, so I'm saying that because you know what the people that on the pitch. When all of them are sitting on the seat. The whole stadium would have been full. Because a lot of people watch the VIP than the regular. And you know, we are using instead of this is the VIP, and then on top of the seat is the regular. So you will not understand because we did not tell you. I'm a manager who sold tickets, so we know the number about our tickets.
The phone. Not very clear to my taste. I don't know. My producer will call you again, Fancy. My producer will call you again.
No problem.
He'll call you again. The conversation is very important to me. I don't know why the phone. My ear is like that. If you touch the sound small, I become confused. I don't hear clearly. I beg you. So we will see if Fancy Gadam can get a clearer phone so we can continue with that convo. So, Kojo King, what do you also see?
Okay, so big ups to Fancy Gadam.
Let me introduce Roland Amate. Roland has joined us for the second half of the show. Kojo, so you can go ahead.
Yes, big ups to Fancy Gadam and the team. Yes, as the artist from the north who was doing wonders over there, came to the south and has also conquered. For what he has been doing with the Tamale Sports Stadium is highly commendable, and we have to give him thumbs up. Now, the issue is about the statement he has filled the stadium. Okay, we saw posts coming from Socrates trying to even compare to some of the artists in Accra.
In where?
In Accra.
In Accra. Okay, artists in Accra. I know, right?
Yeah, artists in Accra. Right? Yeah, so the point is, we all will be proud if our artists are packing the stadium to its capacity. But I realized it was a section of the stadium that was given to Fancy, and that was filled. But why do we come out and say he has filled the stadium? Because we all know the capacity of the stadium. It is 20,000 capacity. If he was able to sell 20,000 tickets, then we know that, okay, the stadium is filled, but they have just gathered at a section of it. But the point is, the crowd as we're in there that we saw, is it okay for them to even fill the full circumference of the stadium? So is it that people are trying to mislead and even give more pressure to other artists? As because he has been doing it for several years now, and every time the case is he has filled the stadium. Is it really filling the stadium as in the 20,000 capacity, or a section of a circumference of the stadium that has been given to him to fill? So we all are interested in the numbers. We want to see that this is truly the numbers that our people are pulling, so that even if an investor is somewhere, we can have a good data. But if we come out and throw it in the air, he has filled the stadium. When you tell me a stadium has been filled, I mean full capacity. As artists like Beyonce, Ed Sheeran, and them fill their Wembley to 90,000 capacity. Everywhere is booked, so they know that they have sold 90,000 tickets. So as to whether we come and we see even small people, there we know that stadium has been sold out. But is that the case? As he mentioned about 16,000, it's about 16,000. That means there's still an extra 4,000 that we couldn't provide. So let's the conversation because not to take anything from fancy. What he's doing is still huge in our space here.
Okay.
But we don't have too many artists doing that.
Okay.
But I think he himself, he would want to maybe break through the barriers and also set new records or set new standards. So if we could have ways and means to set that standard, let it happen. That a full stadium has been filled to capacity, then the news will be cleared out there. But if it's like a session and we come out and is it how we see our filling to capacity?
Okay. Thank you so much. I can now go back to the phones. I hear Fancy is back again. Fancy, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
You've lost your voice, I can see. I can see you've lost your voice. It means last Saturday you really worked hard. Congrats. So still on this debate of you filling a portion of the stadium. So those of us who want to brag that our brother from Tamale has filled the stadium, how are we ending this conversation?
All right. So I'll just say alhamdulillah because people show up and it is not everybody can do such a thing. You understand? So and the point of view where he's coming from because I was listening what he was talking.
Okay.
It is not the 20,000 capacity that I sold the tickets. We sold like 16,000 tickets.
Okay.
You understand? But when you are doing a concert, it is not everybody that will pay enter. You know that. Some people enter the show, and they all is love.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that one day the whole concert will be full. And again, sometimes they don't give us chance to use the pitch itself.
Oh, This came up. This came up in one of our discussions. So you were not allowed. Fancy, are you saying you are not allowed to use the pitch itself?
Oh yes.
Okay.
The managers of the stadium will not give us a chance to use the pitch itself.
Okay.
So we are using half of it. So that the people will be, a lot of people will be in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Now, I've also seen a video of you saying you want to replicate this, or better still, you want to do the same show at the Accra Sports Stadium, aka Ohinijan Sports Stadium. When do you intend to do this, and is it for real? Do you really want to come and do it in Accra?
Oh yes, I really want to do it.
Wow.
I really want to do it at the Sports Stadium because during the Bukum Arena, which is 5,000 capacity.
Yeah.
And it is always true. And then some fans might not even get a chance to enter. So doing this for 2-3 years now, I think it is time to move a step ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when is this going to be? The one at the Accra Sports Stadium. When are you going to do it?
Yeah. So because of the time frame, I'm looking at 2023, inshallah.
First when?
2023.
Oh, 2023. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 2023.
So my first Accra should watch out for me.
No problem. In fact, I am going to lead the campaign for Accra. We are going to fill Accra again. They can go to hell, whether they are happy or not. We are going to fill Accra. We fill Tamale. You come and fill Accra.
They should be happy.
Yeah.
They should be happy if they are there and they can do it. And I'm coming to see the happy now.
I see. Now, Socrates also said that some artists based here in the capital, Accra, will struggle to do this, even on their own turf. Is it the case? Do you think some will struggle to do it? Some musicians here in Accra will struggle to do it?
Even free shows don't get people.
Even free shows, they don't get the people.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is not everybody. Oh, but Brad, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I know, understand.
Yeah,
Some of
because
them.
I know the big boys who can do it, but
Yeah.
not everybody can do it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I think you're right.
The likes of Chapawali, the likes of Sapod and some boys. Oh yeah, the respect is there. I know they can do. But it's not everybody that can do.
I see. It is not every artist that can do. Now, Fancy, last week we wanted to talk to you about something that transpired in Tamale, where we spoke with media personality Nash Idi, who told us that despite the support Tamale has given to you all the 10 years in your career, when you were even preparing to do your 10th anniversary celebration, you were not thinking about doing any goodwill or any social responsibility project for the people. Therefore, he had to chase you guys to do donation, chase you guys to do cleanup, chase you guys to do other things before you guys agreed to do it. Is that the case? Finally, I know you'll be coming to Accra, so we can say more, but is that really the case? As in Nash Idi pushing you guys to do some donations before you could do it to mark your 10th anniversary celebration?
Who Nash Idi? You know anybody? He can't push you to do anything. You understand? Already, I had my plan. And before I started talking about the show, I list my activities.
Okay.
And the main event was the climax.
Okay.
So my activities was to do cleanup exercises, and then do donations, and then football match.
Okay.
And then some health work.
Okay.
So I did all this, not because of what he said.
Okay.
He can't push it to do anything.
Okay.
When I've been doing free shows at the Summer Sports Stadium, did he tell me to do it? He didn't. And let me tell you one thing. I'm the only artist who do expensive free show for the fans.
Expensive free show?
Yes.
What do you mean by expensive free show?
What I mean about expensive free show is I will rent, like I'll bring production from Accra. And then rent the sports stadium. Then pay for promotion. And I won't take anything from the fans.
Okay. So it means you don't do any cheap things. You don't take some cheap speakers from some corners to do the show. You still bring your production from Accra.
I won't do it like street carnival, like everybody does.
Okay.
And
that is what you've been doing.
The production from Accra, and I've done this 2 times at the Tamale Sports Stadium.
Oh, okay. You've done the free show twice at the Tamale Sports Stadium.
Twice at the Tamale Sports Stadium, which is the all-white contest. You can check it out.
So nobody can force you to do any other thing apart from what you plan to do.
I know what is good for myself because I know that people are supporting me. And this is the only way I can only pay back to them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When are you coming to Accra?
I'm going to come to Accra on Wednesday, inshallah.
Okay, please, when you touch base, let me know so we can continue with the conversation because...
So I'll let you know how far the project has gone to.
I know. The project is really going on, eh?
I mean,
I know. And I know after this concert here, we are about to finish.
We are about to finish.
Fancy.
Fancy,
no problem. When you touch base, please call me and let's continue the conversation, yeah?
I'll call you.
All right. So that is my Don Fancy Gadam talking to us from Tamale. So he failed it. Kojo said he did not feel it. Let me go to Chris Chomana. Chris, how do you also come into this argument? Did he feel it? Did he not feel it?
Okay, before I get to that point, I think I also need to congratulate Fancy because 10 years, it's not that easy.
I tell you.
Yeah, to make it 10
ups
years.
And downs and all.
Yes, it's not easy. And then even he's really established himself at the northern region. And then he's been able to create that top of mind awareness in the southern part. The stadiums, he's done it over and over. And then it didn't end there. He followed up, came down to Bukum Arena, which is 4,000 capacity. He sold it 2 times. He's climbed bigger stages like Ghana meets Niger, I think, on 2-3 occasions. He's won that controversial award against Patapa.
I know.
So I mean, he's done so well. So I think we need to celebrate him. And then to the stadium, whether he failed it or not failed it. Yes, we must all admit showbiz thrives on hype, thrives on packaging, like we discussed the last time. But sometimes we also need to massage our packaging.
The content.
The content, yeah. Especially when we live in an era where videos or visual evidences are all over the place. What we witnessed, I mean, how can you tell me he filled the stadium? I think the figure he gave us is somehow reasonable.
Okay, so let me put the context this way. If you have been given half of the stadium to do your concert, and you fill that space, have you not done your part?
Well,
because the man said that they are not giving the whole pitch to do their program. The pitch is not given to them. So they give a section of the stadium to them. And if he's able to fill that section, are we not supposed to give him his flowers?
Okay, then he filled that section. He didn't fill the
What is
stadium.
the section? He didn't fill the stadium.
Shake me.
He filled what section?
No. Sammy, he filled that section, no doubt.
Nice.
Yes, he's done well.
Look at what we are seeing on the screen. What again do you guys want to see? No, that place, people don't go there actually. No. That place, no.
Is it not part of the stadium?
No, there are no seats there. You should say it. There are no seats there.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some stadiums like there. Yes, but look at this. Look at this. Look at the numbers. And this is a 50 Ghana cedis, 30 Ghana cedis show in Tamale.
Yes.
In this high dollar bill.
Yes.
No, but Sammy, one thing is, we are not saying this to downplay what he's done.
So let's say he filled the stadium.
No, why do we have to lie to ourselves too? We don't have to lie to ourselves.
Where is the lie?
Sammy.
No, where is the lie?
Now you say let's say there, but you all say
No, Sammy, you are forcing me. You are actually compelling me to say yes, he filled it.
You say let's say.
But he didn't feel it.
It says your favorite can't even fill his own veranda. Okay, Ro, let me also listen to you. What do you see? I know Ro is into events. No, Ro is into events. Don't be Ramos Mata. It don't be Ramos Mata. Roland is into events, so he understands all of these things. Ro, take over.
Let me say congratulations to Fancy Gadam. In fact, they are doing so well, and I wish, say, event promoters in Accra or in the southern part will pay critical attention to what he and his brothers like Macasio and the rest are doing up north, and even what they are doing even here in the south. Because they are complaining, say there are big events coming up in December, and the likes of Shatawale are not on bill. I believe the likes of Fancy Gadam and Macasio also deserve the same noise.
And talking about Macasio, he's also billed to play his Glory concert on 12 November.
Exactly.
At the same spot.
At the same spot.
That's how they've been doing it, back to back.
Back to back. We want to say Fadland, so they need
yeah. So Macasio is also billed to play 12 November. And, okay, continue, Ro.
But I mean, this is show business. And me, I was glad he was able to say emphatically that they are not allowed to use the whole stadium.
Yeah.
You know, in Ghana, maintenance culture is another conversation for tomorrow. And that is the reason why these artists are not allowed to use the whole edifice. That is the whole stadium. That is the whole perimeter. And when I see people saying, oh, he did not feel it, I would wish, sir, he would not see it in a negative light.
Are you not giving us some of Hajia for Real's performances, FBS? Give us other scenes as well. There are so many scenes.
I would wish, sir, he would not see it as a bad light, like in a bad light, but also a challenge. because we witnessed not long ago the Liberia independence, where P Square went to perform. That was a 360 show. That was a 360 where the stage was in
the middle.
That is the center
of the field. Yeah,
exactly. And either way, you can position yourself to any part of the stadium, and you still get the cheers and the applause. So if Fancy Gadam is saying that, okay,
were the fans on the pitch?
Yes, there were fans on the pitch,
and the stands as well.
Exactly.
I see.
There were fans on the pitch and fans in the stands. Kobiche was there, and there are video evidence to it. So if Fancy Gadam is saying that, or if some people are saying Fancy Gadam has filled the Tamale Sports Stadium, I would want to agree with them, because what he was given is what he filled. If they had given him the whole auditorium or the whole stadium to do his concert, I believe this guy has done it, but not once, not twice, not 3 times. So when it comes to playing it free, why? When it comes to rating, like giving it a rate, why? So I don't know what will stop him if he is given the chance to do it, because even south, Sister Fia went to the north not long ago to do a concert at the stadium. We all saw the outcome. But Fancy Gadam in his first attempt on south, that is the National Theatre, that place was choked. Which forced him to go to the Bukom Boxing Arena, and now he's come twice, and now he thinks that the sports stadium is the venue, the required standard for him now to do his concert. So me, I would want to agree with them for the purposes of show business. For the purposes of show business, that is one, and the fact that whatever was presented to him to do in the show, he was able to conquer it. Inti wa failure. Because if I would want to see the glass half full than half empty.
Half empty, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, where did he play the stadium? The show.
Tamale Sports Stadium.
Tamale Sports Stadium. The section that he was given, was he able to fill to the brim or to capacity or not? He did it. So where is the lie here?
Where is the lie?
Say me article now me Fancy Gadam feel.
How can you tell me this story that he did not fail?
He did not fail. Say Fancy me article. No, well, you see, that is where people don't read or don't pay attention to details. Because if I am writing an article and I say Fancy Gadam fills the Tamale Sports Stadium, in my write-up will give you a correct detail of how he was able to do it. That is where you should seek your information from.
Okay.
You don't seek your information from the headlines and say, oh, and yes, could be a pick headline in this world. I will clickbait pick headline. I send So if I am able to tell you in my write-up, say, okay, he was given half of the stadium, and he even did it. Even let's see, Tamale Sports Stadium, how many capacity? 20,000.
20,000. Yeah.
And the guy has been able to do 16,000. Come on, how much? What's it?
No. 16,000.
No, you see, 16,000. No, he was given a 16,000 space. 16K space near the man.
Yes. No, he was given a 16K space because he was not doing the full stadium.
And even if he's not, you see.
No, Sammy, what did you just say? He didn't feel. He was not given the full stadium.
Yeah. So what he was
he
giving?
didn't feel the full stadium.
What he was given, he filled it.
He filled what he was given. He filled what he was
he
given.
didn't feel the full stadium.
Let me cite this example. In Accra Sports Stadium, when Kadibi came to Ghana, it was half of the stadium. Almost the stage in Isi Stadium, then they directed to the other end.
Exactly.
That is how they mostly project the stadium shows in Ghana. That is how they mostly project it. And if Accra Sports Stadium is about 40,000. 40,000. The fan say Kadibia 20,000. But the fan say it was just half of the stadium because the man half. Kadibi was able to do 40,000.
Okay.
20,000. Now Fancy Gadam 16,000. 16,000 out of 20,000. This is somebody that or the unknown quantity.
Yes.
And our ton 16,000, and we want to
take that flowers
So, yeah,
away
yeah.
from him.
No,
So, yeah.
Roland, we are trying to downplay.
I'm coming. I'm sure now we can go hard on the phones because of the time. We can go hard. There is one topic that we would have to freeze it so we can come back to it another day. But phone numbers will be on the screen so that those who would want to call can call through to be part of the conversation. Today we've had two. Okay, so Hajia For Real, aka Mona For Real, was also there with her beautiful self. FVS, yes, FVS, the duo, they were also there. And in fact, the concert was beautiful. The concert was so beautiful when Fancy Gadam filled the Tamale Sports Stadium. It was so beautiful, and I know Macasio is also going to fill it. Fadland will also come and fill it.
It's going to fill up and full up.
It's going to fill up and full up. Okay, so Ro, you were saying something before I came in. But let's wrap up. Let's wrap up. Our time is up. Our time is up.
Yeah, so big ups to everybody watching us.
Yeah.
One friend of mine, lady, Perpetua, and now Mr. MC Sofoi, she just delivered.
Oh,
that
wow.
was on Wednesday. So
Wow.
welcome to the world, the newborn baby.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
may God protect the baby. As well. So yes, we all project greatness for ourselves, but let's know how to massage this and make it truth and matter. Business to us will come here.
All right, thank you. Yes, Chris.
Yes,
I know there was one topic you were interested in, but we couldn't do that.
Yes,
You
I was
do it
really,
some other-
I was
Yeah, I
really
know.
interested,
I know,
especially
you
the
do it.
awards bit.
Yeah, no,
yes.
you do it. It's also a topic on my heart, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
no problem, no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. And Sammy, yes, I know what Kojo and myself we've said. Some people will not be happy with it, but we don't mean to downplay Fancy Gadam. Yes, no, we don't mean to do that because first off, it's a paid show, and like Socrates said, the question is how many of our artists can even pull such a crowd. He's done so well, but then there was a question, and the question was, did he fill the stadium or he filled it to the brim? Yes. Roland is in favor of those who believe he filled it.
Okay.
But in your submission, you mentioned Sister Fia. Will you accept it if I also say Sister Fia also filled it?
She didn't.
Why didn't she?
She did not feel what she was even given.
Yes. No. Sister Fia's video, you can't show it. It was abysmal. If there is any word that I can use without
but then people are now making us believe that once Fancy says he failed it, we should believe it.
Yes, can you compare what Sister Fia gave us?
Roland.
No, I'm not trying to.
You can't compare.
If I go and they give me 100-seater capacity and I feel it,
Yes, they gave you 100-seater capacity, bro. They give you 100-seater capacity. Can you do 200?
Well, on that note, then Sister Fia also filled it.
it.
If that is the logic, then
No,
Sister
she
Fia
didn't. No, Roya got finally. Roya got finally. How can Sister Fia fail it?
This is this is show business. And what we project to the world is how they receive us or they respect us for. And if our people are able to do this, you give Ed Sheeran a 90,000 capacity and he fills it. Ed Sheeran had filled the Wembley Stadium or the Madison Square Garden. You give Fancy Gadam a 16,000 capacity auditorium or space, and he fills it. He has filled that stadium or that capacity. It is done, sealed, dusted. There's no conversation to it. I am only hoping, sir, as I stated earlier, event promoters, especially those in the diaspora, normally host events in Ghana this last quarter or in December. They will look at some of these artists from the north. Because they
will take some of the shows there.
Yes, because they are doing so many things right, including filling stadiums. Filling stadiums. And if we can all agree, say, it is just a handful of our people here in the south who can do it. And we say we want to do stadium shows, but Westgate is coming to do his show, because Daniel Bayeni show. And these are people who need numbers. And if we are talking about artists that can drive numbers to your event, Fancy Gadam, Macasio, Fadlan, and other guys up north also have the same capacity to give you the numbers. So if SM fans are shouting, why didn't you push Tamale on? Why didn't you put this person on? I don't know what the fans of Fancy Gadam and Macasio are doing. They shouldn't be silent over this.
Yeah.
Because if some people are crying,
69 fans.
yes, they should also wake up and ask questions as to why there are artists who are also award-winning artists in Ghana are not also not on the likes of Global Citizen and the like. These are questions I want them to ask so that we find answers to.
Fantastic day, nice program, and I want to say thanks so much for being a part of Class Showbiz here on CTV. It is our evening meal. Every evening we sit behind our TV set, couples are watching, families are watching, single guys and single ladies are also watching. In fact, we are singing na Yamishra Munina Mako.